Before you watch 1 second of this video, answer this honestly. Think of one person in your life right now, the one who somehow always leaves you feeling smaller after every conversation. Maybe it's a relative who jokes about your choices. Maybe it's a friend who goes quiet the moment good news is yours. Maybe it's the coworker that agrees to everything you say, only on your face. Got that person in your mind? Good. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why they have power over you. Power that you handed them without even realizing it. And exactly how one fierce ancient guardian can strip that power away permanently. See, I'm not going to teach you how to avoid negative people. Weak people do that. I'm also not going to tell you how to set boundaries or cut people off or think positively or manifest better relationships because, let's be honest, none of it sticks. Let's take an example. Setting boundaries may protect your time, but they won't protect your energy, will they? You can meditate every single morning and still walk out of a small conversation with negative people feeling depressed. You know this. You have lived this. I'm not saying something that you don't know already. Rather, I am going to tell you how to become dangerously confident and develop an inhumanly strong aura that negativity cannot touch. See, our sages who wrote our scriptures did not just want us to be devoted to gods. They were interested in aura defense as well. And they did not leave us with vague advice like stay positive. They gave us a name, a guardian, whom we can invoke in a particular way to build a strong spiritual shield on command. And he is none other than Kala Bhairava. And there is one beautiful story about him in the Skanda Purana that explains exactly why he should be called upon for this kind of people we have just talked about. See, long before Kashi had temples and it had a name that people whisper with reverence today, there was a dispute in heavens. Brahma, the creator, and Vishnu, the preserver, arguing over who among them was supreme. And to end this, Shiva became something none of them could argue with, an infinite pillar of light. Vishnuji searched for the base of the light, but when he couldn't succeed, he admitted his defeat. Brahmaji was supposed to search upwards, and he searched, but he failed to find the top. Here, unlike Vishnuji, Brahmaji did not tell the truth. He came back and he lied. He claimed that he had reached the summit. He claimed a victory that was not his to begin with. And that lie, spoken with a straight face in front of the heavens, is that exact moment Shivji's fury took on the form of Kala Bhairava and severed the very head of Lord Brahma that had spoken the falsehood. You must have heard this story a lot of times. But have you ever noticed one thing? Kala Bhairava was not born from a battle. He was born to dissolve arrogance, to destroy dishonesty, from someone claiming a truth that was not theirs to claim. Now, look at that story again. The story you've heard is not actually about two gods arguing about a pillar of light. It's a mirror to educate you about three kinds of people that you deal with every single day, every single week, every single month. Type 1 are the arrogant one, the person who's always right, who talks over you mid sentence, who doesn't ask about your life because in their mind there is nothing left to ask. They have already decided they know better. In the story, this is Brahma's energy, ego wearing a human face. Such a beautiful analogy, isn't it? Now, type 2, the masked one, the one who claims victory that was never earned, who smiles while they envy you, who says, I'm so happy for you, and means the opposite. This is Brahma's lie, spoken sweetly but cost you dearly. The last type, type 3, the trespasser, the one who enters your life, your time, your energy without ever taking permission, who assumes access, who takes and takes, certain there will be no consequence. Kala Bhairava was given power over exactly these three types of people: the arrogant, the dishonest, the uninvited. Now, the question we might ask is, why him? Out of every deity in this vast tradition, why is Kala Bhairava the one built for this exact job? Because of one title that he carries: Kotwal. Kotwal means chief guardian, the one standing at the gate, the one who decides who gets to enter and who doesn't. He stands between you and negative energies like arrogance, deception, and uninvited access before they ever reach you. And how to invoke Lord Kala Bhairava as your aura protector? But like I told you in my other videos, chanting without understanding the weight and meaning of each verse is not going to activate the Kavacham faster. So here's where you go next just after this video ends. I have already explained Kala Bhairava Ashtakam verse by verse. You can clearly understand what every single line is asking for. Watch that video the way you would study a weapon before a battle. Now, before you go, a few practical things. When to chant? Two windows work best: nights after 9 p.m. or early morning before sunrise, which is called the Brahma Muhurta. Tuesdays and Sundays are especially powerful for Bhairava. If you can, start your practice on one of these days. Now, an important question that a lot of people have: which direction to face, north or east? Before you begin, take a bath, wear clean clothes. Simple, but it matters. Your setup: if you have the space, a photo or an idol of Bhairava, a small lamp, mustard oil or ghee, offerings of black sesame seeds, a bit of jaggery, and red flowers like hibiscus, if you can get them. Please remember, you can also visualize all of these things mentally and you can chant the Ashtakam. But, everything is incomplete without seva to his Vahanas. After all of these, complete it by feeding his Vahanas, by being kind to them, by practicing compassion to them, by making sure they are fed, and if possible, keep a clean drinking water for them as well. So, how often should you chant? Chant the Kavacham at least 3 times a day. One more layer if you want to go deeper. Kala Bhairava has 8 forms, each guarding one direction around you: Asitanga Bhairava, Ruru Bhairava, Chanda Bhairava, Krodha Bhairava, Unmata Bhairava, Kapala Bhairava, Bhishana Bhairava, Samhara Bhairava. Chanting these 8 names 64 to 108 times using a mala to count is a serious practice on its own. Yes, very serious practice on its own. As you chant, visualize this: all 8 Bhairavas standing around you, one in every direction, each with their Vahanas. A complete circle, no gap left open. That's it. Simple to follow, and every part of it has a purpose. You already know the 3 people who drain you. You have named them in your head while watching this. You have. The gate exists, the guardian exists, the words exist. The only thing missing is you choosing to understand them. Go watch it now and activate your spiritual shield today. Om Kala Bhairava Namaha.